Good morning and welcome back, or if you're a new viewer, thank you for clicking onto my video. In this video, I'm going to explain the process of buying a firearm in California, and I'm going to run you through how they showed me and cleared me for a firearm. And the firearm in question is the Kahr Arms CW9. So, first, let's go into the intro, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so quick, here's our timestamps of the chapters in this video. Okay, so when I first walked into the gun store, and yes, you can just walk into a gun store, that's not a shock, I was allowed to pick the pistol I wanted, but I couldn't just walk out the store there. I had to provide my ID, and because California has two different kinds of ID, I didn't have the real ID, whatever, I don't know what that is exactly. All I know is that my ID doesn't have a little gold bear on it, so it wasn't a real ID. So anyhow, I had to provide my ID, a birth certificate, and two other forms of residency to prove and confirm that I do in fact live in this area at this place. So the two forms of residency I provided was an electric bill and my renter's agreement with my, well, obvious landlord. So after I did that, he handed me a test, and there's 3 versions of it. He said pick a number between 1 and 3. I chose version 2, which I got all the answers to that one right, with the exception of the last one. And the last one was, what age do you have to be to purchase a long gun, a rifle? That one I got wrong. And then once I turned my test in, he corrected it. Well, no, that's because you correct test. He's like, you did very well. You got only one wrong. And then he went over to his computer. It's like, now for more. He asked several questions related to, am I a veteran? No, I am not. Have I ever been convicted of a crime? No, I have not. Do I suffer any mental or physical impairments that would keep me from owning a firearm? No, I do not. And it's like, great. And then he handed me more forms for me to sign out, and I had the, name, race, age, and then the same questions. Are you a vet? Have you been convicted of a crime? Do you have any impairments that will keep you from owning a firearm? Nope. And then he printed it, gave me a total of what's going to cost for the firearm and the ammo, which came out to $537. That's for both gun and ammo. He's like, okay, well, now that you gave me all your information and it's in the system, please come back in 10 days. And those 10 days are for the whole background check that will confirm whether or not if I lied about anything. Well, 10 days came. I didn't. Like, great. Okay. So, you did good. Your record is clean. Here's your firearm. You pulled it out. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to run you through it, explain to you what I'm doing, and then I need you to explain to me. Then I'm going to hand it to you. I forgot that right. And then I'm going to hand it to you. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to run through it and explain to me what you're doing and why. And then I did that, passed. He's like, congratulations, you are now a new gun owner in the state of California. All right, so, yeah, so it's not as easy as you think it is. So if you take away the whole 10 days, the process, 2.5 hours. That's what it took. Answering the questionnaire, giving my information, providing information, and then doing all the paperwork that comes with owning the gun, which is, again, background, are you a convicted felon, are you mentally impaired, and so on and so forth. Now, with that out of the way, let me run you through it the exact same way he ran me through it. This is the Kahr CW9 as he presented to me. Depending on who your gun store owner is you'll address him by that identification, but mine was a he, so he presented to me like this. He asked if I'm left-handed or right-handed, and once I confirmed that I was right-handed, like, okay, so you're gonna pick the weapon up, keep your finger off the trigger to avoid any accidental discharges. You have your thumb in front of your other thumb like this, because this is like the correct way to shoot. But you're going to pivot your hand. Either you're going to grab it from the front or the back and engage the slide. So, when the slide lock engages, drop your magazine, which is this little side button here. Take your small finger and check the barrel. All right, so the firearm is empty. He also has some snap caps or dummy rounds. I don't, so we're just going to pretend real quick. Showed me how to load the magazine. It says you're going to take your ammunition, push down, and then in. And he took another one, push down and in. All right, so now the magazine is loaded. You're going to keeping your finger off the trigger. Insert your magazine. When you hear the click, the magazine's in. And you're going to push down on the slide catch, and because the magazine's empty, it's not going to allow the slide catch to actually drop. So we're going to take that out. So having your hand like this, use your thumb, manipulate the slide catch. Okay, now the weapon's hot. And then you pull the trigger, click, and these are now drop your magazine again, because slide's gonna go back, come back forward, and engage another round. So drop your magazine. Right here would be a dummy round. Take your hand again, pivot, pull back, use your thumb on your other hand, engage the slide lock. Have the action facing up, and now confirm the weapon is safe by saying the weapon is safe. As you pull out the mag, pull back the slide, you see no bullet, check. The weapon is safe. So let's run you through it again, but without me talking this time, because I found out me talking and doing things at the same time doesn't really work. So. All right, so when he did it, he had me do all that and explain what I was doing and why I was doing it. So, you already watched the first minute and a half of the video. You know exactly what's going on. The weapon is safe. So now that we've confirmed it's safe, the magazine's empty, there's nothing in the barrel. Why said we go shoot it? Okay, so here we are. I have my eye protection on, hearing protection. Now, we're going to run over the gun safety rules. 1, treat the gun as if it's always loaded. 2, confirm it is not. As you can see, the magazine's not here. The action is open. And like I showed you, there's nothing in there. 3, keep the barrel pointed in a safe direction at all times until you are ready to fire. 4, know your target and what's behind it. I have a red disc. It's about 12 feet away from me. Behind that is a hill. 5, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to discharge the firearm. Alright, so now that we got the safety rules out of the way, let's talk about pistol grips. Now, I know there's multiple ways to hold one. Like, for example, my mother, she likes to one-hand it. But then my father's also said you can hold it at the base here.
you can hold it at the wrist to help with the recoil. And then also, as I showed you in this video, according to the firearm expert, you're supposed to hold it like this. Thumb in front of the other thumb along the slide for easy access to the mag drop and the catch. So what is the correct way to hold it? Do you hold it one-handed, slide in line with the forearm? Do you have your hand around your fingers? Do you have your hand at the bottom? Do you hold your wrist to help deal with the recoil? Or do you have your thumb in front of the other thumb? Well, ideally, you want to shoot it how you're comfortable. Or shoot it how you're taught. So, that's just my opinion. So with that out of the way, let's load up 5 rounds. It holds 7, 8 if you already have one in the chamber, but we're only going to shoot 5 today. Here's our magazine of 5 9mm rounds. We're going to insert it into the firearm. Now you can either take your thumb and manipulate the slide catch, or you can just take your hand, grab the slide. Now we're ready to go. Our target is 12 feet, and that's for self-defense purposes. If you remember my black powder defense, the average engagement distance in a self-defense is 12, 4, or an arm's length away. 12 feet, 4 feet, or 1 arm's length away. So let's turn you towards the target. Okay. Going live in 3, 2. Okay. So 5 rounds, hit it once. Not bad. Okay, so mag's empty. Slide. It's open. Barrel's empty. So it's no secret that I'm a bad shot, but I kind of like it. It's low recoil. Probably do a lot better if I could actually hit my target. But over that, I kind of like it. So, now, let's go back to the beginning of the video where I'm saying the whole process thing. So, let's say you get all your information, you pass the test, you pass the background check, you're going to receive a piece of paper that's going to say firearm, well mine says California Firearm Safety Certificate. So, so basically lets people know that I'm registered to have firearms, I can buy ammo, and that I know what I'm doing more or less. So, look up the test to your area and practice. I'm going to leave a link down below to the California safety test as well as the practice test to it, because you need to know the laws in your state, because I said I got one wrong, and that was, what age do you need to be to buy a long gun rifle in California? I said 18. I was wrong. I'm not going to give away the correct answer, because you need to do your research before you just go in and take the test and think you're going to get it just fine. Do your homework, remember it, practice, and then go in for the test. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button. If you have any suggestions or criticisms, leave a comment. And if you want to stay tuned for my next project, don't forget to click that subscribe icon and ring that bell. So, until our next project, have a beautiful day.